I have to admit, I don't get too many chances to go to Bruins games anymore, mainly because of the price, but honestly I'm glad I don't because I'm starting to be convinced that they're never going to win a TD Garden again. Bruins lose 3-2 to the Colorado Avalanche, and we'll just get right into this one because, my God. The Avalanche coming into this game are still really kind of struggling to find their team identity. You have amazingly talented players like Duchesne, Landeskog, and McKinnon, mixed with the likes of Blake Comeau, Jack Skilly, and Cody McLeod. It's a weird dynamic, but it can be a winning dynamic as we've seen, but they still have question marks. Reto Berra in the net for this team. Varlamov is still hurt, and Berra's honestly looked pretty good. They're coming off a 4-0 win in Philly. Meanwhile, the Bruins are 1-4-1 at TD Garden this season, starting this dangerous 5-game home stretch. Frankie Vatrano still in the lineup. Torrey Krug was looking like he was questionable. He's in, and Dennis Seidenberg makes his season debut, recovering from back surgery. Tuukka Rask in net, 0-3-1 against the Avalanche in his career, and it wouldn't get any better. Now, the frustration from this game comes with the fact that the Bruins started this game off very well. Chara throws a puck on net with traffic. Somehow it finds its way back up to the point, back up to Z, who throws it on. A minute and 12 seconds into the game, Chara gets his second goal of the year, 1-0 Boston, and then the power play. The 33% power play, and it got even better. Louis Eriksson and Jimmy Hayes, standing in front of the net looking for those deflections, looking for those screens. A clearance attempt goes off Bergeron right to Ryan Spooner, a gift of a goal, his fourth of the year, 2-0 within 6 minutes. And then it goes downhill because, again, this team, I've said in previous episodes, previous recaps, this team just doesn't understand that you cannot go into, I don't even know what to call it. I can't think of the right word. It's essentially autoplay. Like they flip off the switch and they're like, all right, let's coast. And again, it bites them in the ass. The Avs start to fight back. They're getting momentum. They're finishing every check. The puck is dumped in. Blake Comeau around the back of the net to Carl Soderberg in front. Just way too many players looking at the puck. 2-1 Boston at that point. As far as Carl Soderberg goes, honestly, good for him. Everyone's going to say, like, oh, the Avalanche overpaid for him, and they did. But good for him and good for his agent to be able to get that contract. And in this game, bottom line, he had a great game. He looked motivated. A job well done by him. Colorado would continue the offense. John Mitchell hits the iron, and with 28 seconds left in the first, a face-off from an icing. Francois Beauchemin's shot from the point deflects off the draw, rainbows over the shoulder of Tuukka Rask. A fluke goal, but hey, they all count. 2-2 at this point, and the Bruins pay for their laziness once again. Second period, and the big story of this period, Gabriel Landeskog's hit on Brad Marchand. Marchand retaliates with a sucker punch. Landeskog is out of the game with a match penalty. Now, some people might expect me to be a little bit biased with this, but simply put, with this hit, it's dangerous. The shoulder did look like the principal point of contact. The referee said otherwise, but still, this is the type of hit that the NHL is trying to abolish. This is the type of hit that ended Marc Savard's career, and had this gone wrong, it very well could have done the same thing to Brad Marchand. Now, not too many people are going to shed a tear for Brad Marchand, and I get that, but this is still the type of hit that needs to go. I'm not personally calling for a suspension to Landeskog, but the bottom line is, it's a dangerous hit. It doesn't matter who does this. It doesn't matter if it's Landeskog, Crosby, Paul Gaustad, any player. You do this type of hit, it should be a match penalty. This type of hit needs to go. And really, as far as the second period goes, there was only one moment really where the Avs were, continuing to threaten. There was a massive scramble in front. Somehow the Avs don't score. They hit a post on a wide open net. Simply shocking. But in the third period, another defensive turnover. Mikhail Grigorenko to Matt Duchesne, 3-2 Colorado. That is the game, because who the hell cares about the rest of the third period? Couple of quick notes on players. Frankie Vatrano looked good. He only had one or two awkward moments, and he does have, honestly, a strong chance to stay with this team, especially now with Max Talbot being sent down once again. Ty Randall and Zach Ronaldo really need to watch out. Their spots are in danger. Frankie Vatrano himself might take that spot on the fourth line. Maybe someone from the third line gets bumped down, but I won't be surprised if he's here for a decent amount of time. Dennis Seidenberg, in his first game, he looked good. He played really physical, and he'll only get better as he continues to get back into the groove of things, at least one would hope. Ryan Spooner had a relatively good game. He gets the goal, and honestly, he's settling into that Kelly role on the third line. He's contributing offensively, but is improving defensively as well. But someone who you can't really say the same thing about is Kevin Miller. He's in danger. Claude likes him. He plays Claude Julien's style. He's a safety blanket, but those defensive mistakes are adding up. And for Colorado, Matt Duchesne, he looked great as always. 2 points, but he's apparently on the trading block, and I can only ask Joe Sakic, are you high? So the bottom line is now the Bruins are 1-5-1 at TD Garden this season, 29 goals allowed in 7 games, which is simply unreal. And even more insane, the Bruins are now 0-8-2 in their last 10 games against Colorado at TD Garden. They haven't beaten the Avalanche at home since March 30th, 1998. That was the day after Mike Tyson punched Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 14. But enough about the Bruins and their home woes. My question to you guys for this episode, it's been the big topic of concern or debate really in the NHL or surrounding the NHL in the past few days, and that is net size. What are your thoughts on this? Personally, I say leave it alone, maybe tweak the goalie pads, but let's be honest, this is about goal scoring. The NHL is desperate to talk about Ovechkin or Crosby rivaling a Wayne Gretzky record. It's blatant and it's ridiculous. Goalies aren't marketable, so fuck them. We need goals, because it's not as if we just had a game this week that resulted in a 7-5 final score. But anyway, as always, let me know what you think of the Bruins and this game individually. Let me know again what you think of that question. And as always, if you've enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe for more. I do recaps after every single Bruins game. Share with your friends, spread the word, and I will see you all next time.